Assalamualaikum, especially to you, ma'am. I am Aliyah Umbol Ibrahim from BSED English, and today I am going to discuss about the emotional intelligence and also the strategies for enhancing emotional intelligence. Okay, so let's start. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence can bring about maintaining a healthy and purposeful relationship with others that may best depict a social literate person. So, when we say emotional intelligence, it is the ability to manage both your own emotions and understanding the emotions of the people around you. So, emotional intelligence defined by Goleman 1996 that emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage own emotions, and also recognize and understanding influence the emotions of the others. According to Goleman, it is being aware that emotions can drive behavior and impact people possibly and negative, and learning how to manage those emotions, both own and others, when under pressure, especially in times of number one, giving and receiving feedback, meeting tight deadlines, and dealing with challenging relationship, not having enough resources, and also dealing with change and experiencing self-backs and pressure. That is emotional intelligence according to Goleman 1996. Okay, so let's proceed to the strategies for enhancing emotional intelligence. According to Goleman 1995, he laid down ways of enhancing emotional intelligence in the light of understanding and managing emotions that teacher need to know and understand. So, we have here the 13 strategies for enhancing emotional intelligence. So, number one, think about feelings, meaning a person has to be sensitive to one's and others' feelings to come up with the right manner of approach or appropriate response. So, for example, a teacher has to be aware of his or her students' background or situation that may trigger negative emotions. In that case, he or she would know the right approach when dealing with sensitive issues in class. Okay, so number two, pause. This is about taking a moment to stop and think before doing anything to refrain from resorting to an unsound decision at the height of anger. For example, at the peak of anger with the students who commit violence or violations, a teacher may gently pause for a while and take a moment of silence to rethink and cool down before jumping to any decision in order to avoid untoward consequences. Okay, so number three, strive to control one's thought, meaning this is controlling the reaction to emotions by focusing on one's thoughts in harmony with goals and values. For example, instead of overreacting to a certain incident or situation in class, try to control negative thoughts to see a myriad of colors at the end of the rainbow among students, such as try to find beauty in all things despite not so good circumstances that may happen. And then number four, benefit from criticism. So, criticism, even not delivered in a favorable way, is an opportunity to learn, and it gives idea on how other things or how other think about you. For example, when a senior teacher gives negative feedback on your work, instead of taking it personally against him or her, gratefully accept it. Okay, so number 5, show authenticity. This is saying what we mean with what we say, and we have to stick on to our values and principles. So, for example, in times of confrontation with parents and as a teacher, we should clearly express our side with respect and sincerity while consistent upholding on to the principles and truth behind the issue in order to avoid resorting to heated argument and conflict at the end. Okay, number 6, demonstrate empathy. Whenever we show empathy to others, such as understanding their thoughts and feelings, we can easily establish a connection with them. So, as a teacher, we should reach out to the students who are in their worst situation and try to understand them and feel as if we were in the same boat. So, it is important for you to demonstrate an empathy to your students. And the number 7 is praise others. This is by way of acknowledging and appreciating others toward attaining self-fulfillment and building trust. So, example of praise others is the teacher should give acknowledgement and praise to the students for their deeds that are worth commending. Okay, so number 8, give helpful feedback. Although negative feedback may hurt one's feelings, at some point it can be turned constructive for one improvement. For example, when we receive negative feedback from our superiors, we have to take it as a challenge towards becoming a better and stronger person. So, as a teacher, you must provide a feedback to your students in order for them to learn a lot. Okay, so number 9, apologize. Saying sorry demonstrate humility, a quality that will naturally win others as you value the relationship more than the ego. So, apologize is very important. Even you are a teacher, you must apologize to your students if you did wrong to them. So, for example, whenever we commit mistakes in teaching, whether big or small, there is nothing to lose when we apologize. Even at times, doing it may seem to be very difficult. So, it is simple to say sorry if you are committing a mistakes. Okay, so now let's proceed to the number 10 strategies to enhancing emotional intelligence. So number 10, forgive and forget. Forgiving and forgetting prevent others from holding emotions and allowing one to move forward. For example, when a student or a colleague hurts you, we should do ready to forgive and let go of the pain that somehow caused us. So, it is important to forgive a person if he or she commit a mistakes, because we do believe in everyone's deserves second chance. So, you must forgive and forget something in order for you to move forward on your life. So as a future educator, you must forgive and forget if your students got a mistakes. Number 11, keep our commitments. So the habit of keeping one's word in things, either big or small, develop a strong reputation for reliability and trustworthiness. So, for example, when we are giving tasks in the school, make sure that we commit ourselves, our time and effort into it. So remember, opportunities may only come once. Therefore, grab every opportunity that may come along our way, for it may never come again. So, yes, opportunity is comes only once, so that you must grab every opportunity that comes to you. So number 12, help others. One way to possibly win others is through helping them, because listening to and helping them can build trust and inspire them to follow. So, for example, in every school activity, we have to find ways to help others accomplish their tasks successfully. In return, they will be grateful to us. So, if you as a future educator, it is important to help others, to have collaboration with others. If someone cannot do their task, help them in order to finish their task, so that they can be grateful to you. So that is the number 12 strategies in enhancing emotional intelligence, to help others. Okay, so now let's proceed to the last strategies of enhancing emotional intelligence. We have here: protect ourselves from emotional sabotage. This is being wise enough in protecting ourselves when others attempt to manipulate our emotions for personal sake. So, for example, when we feel that someone has been excessively or wrongly controlling our actions, feelings, and decision in school, stop it in any right for subtle and courteous way possible. So, if we feel that someone is controlling our emotions, let's stop it, so that we can protect our emotional. So, those are the strategies for enhancing emotional intelligence. And now, let's proceed to the recommended tools in enhancing emotional intelligence. So, we have here the tools to enhance the emotional intelligence. Okay, so emotional intelligence can be enhanced in school with the help of the following tools and strategies. So, we have here the 13 recommended tools in enhancing emotional intelligence. So, number 1, emotional literacy workshop. So, this will help the teacher to communicate with students, recognize and manage emotion, and increase self-awareness. Okay, so number 2, Emotional Literacy Museum. So, Emotional Literacy Museum, it is a self-directed learning experiences that teaches about the physiology of emotions, emotional regulation, and emotional literacy. Okay, so number 3, Mixed Emotions Cards. So, it is a beauty deck of tarot-like cards of feeling, labeled with feelings and synonyms. So, that is mixed emotions. And then number 4, emotions cards. It is a evocative, playful moon phase illustration of emotions, open-ended, without labels. So that is emotion cards. Okay, so number 5, have Vidots. It is a simple reminder that emotions are part of our physiology. So that is what we call biodots. It is a simple reminder that emotions are part of our physiology. Okay, so number 8, recommended tools, we have 6-second emotional intelligence assessment. So 6-second emotional intelligence assessment is provide feedback about the way one uses EQ and how to improve this area. Okay, so number 9, the zoo, or also known as the animal workshop. So it is an activity that intends to imitate an animal behavior and gestures that ends with reflections and group sharing. And the number 10, we have here the face workshop. So face workshop, it is an activity in which partners face each other while showing different facial expression and qualities that end with reflection. Okay, so number 12, we have the tower building. Tower building is a group who will be tasked to build a tower using pop sticks and straws. The goal is to make the tallest and strongest tower of all. This will end up with interactions, sharing, open forums, and patching of emotional barriers. So this is one of the recommended tools, the tower building. And then we have here the last tool recommended in enhancing emotional intelligence. We have the number 13, build me a house. So the participants in group will be tasked to build a house using any available materials around them. The goal is to make a strongest house. Then the facilitator will suddenly destroy the house made by the group and observe the members' emotions and reaction and let them express their feelings and thoughts. At the end, each one will draw realizations, lessons, and values for reflections. So those are the recommended order to enhancing the emotional intelligence. I hope that these tools will help you to enhance your emotional intelligence. Okay, so that's the end of my report. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope those strategies and those tools will help you in order to enhance your emotional intelligence. And that's all. Thank you and have a good day, everyone.